caramel tongues. And
and thanks for checking in today. I really wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get another video out after the last one before the baby comes, but it's just, you know, baby's still cooking in there and I have time, and I am essentially on house rest, bed rest, modified bed rest, because, oh my gosh, so much has just happened, so much has transpired. Pazu wanted to come and make an appearance. He says, I'm patiently waiting to become big brother. But yeah, it's just, it's been hard. It's been a lot harder than I thought, because going into it, I was like, you know, I'm a youngish mom. My mom has had 4 perfectly healthy babies, including one after the age of 40. She's beat the odds. I really wasn't expecting to have so many scares. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit, because I mean, I told you guys that I failed my glucose test, my first glucose test, and instead of going in and taking the retest, which is much longer, much more strenuous, a lot of blood draws, I decided to test my blood sugar at home for 14 days. So for 14 days, I tested my blood sugar 4 times a day at home, and that was hard. It was hard, but it was also enlightening. So I learned a lot about myself and the way that my body processes different foods. So in the end, I do not regret doing that whatsoever, even if it was the more inconvenient option. So next pregnancy, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into doing that. But anyways, so that happened. You know, I wasn't expecting to fail that test, but then again, the first test, it's so easy to fail it, so it's pretty common. But then after that, I had 2 scares since I've last talked to you guys. 2 scares of preeclampsia. 2! Which is like, what? Which is essentially high blood pressure. So I had went to one of my midwife appointments, and my blood pressure had jumped quite a bit. My entire pregnancy, it's been beautiful, as the nurses have said. I have had no issues, but then that particular appointment, I don't know what it was high. I had to get my blood drawn right after, and that thankfully was cleared, so my blood looked good. Had to do a couple other tests that looked good, but then the next week, or even I think like that weekend, I don't even remember, I had to go to the hospital. I had to go to the hospital because I all of a sudden started losing vision. I started losing vision, and I got this like really horrible migraine, and I don't think I've ever had a true migraine. I've had like bad headaches in the past, certainly not in this pregnancy, but oh, it was horrible. So I couldn't read, I couldn't see very well, which is a indicator for preeclampsia. So anyway, that happened. On the way to the hospital, I threw up all over the car. It was horrible. Poor Brian is like in tears as he's driving me to the hospital. Had to get tested again, so had to get more blood work, more tests, was officially cleared for preeclampsia. So I definitely don't have that, which is good, because my blood pressure actually looked good at the hospital. And they did a non-stress test, an NST test, to make sure that baby was okay at the hospital. And she was great, kicking, very strong. They were actually, they were surprised because they had detected contractions 2 minutes apart. So I was getting contractions 2 minutes apart, according to the non-stress test, and I wasn't feeling them. So they were very surprised. They asked me a couple times, are you sure your water hasn't broken? Are you sure you're not feeling pain? You're not having, you know, because like it looks like you're in labor. But it turns out that it was just because I was dehydrated. Because when you're dehydrated, you know, I threw up a bunch. When you're dehydrated, it can cause contractions in your body that kind of mimic labor contractions. So that's what I think it was anyways. So that was this past weekend, and ever since then, I have had wicked Braxton Hicks contractions every single day, very strong, to the point where I do need to like stop what I'm doing, get up, walk around. But again, I still feel like they're just Braxton Hicks contractions, so they're not like real labor. I don't think she's ready yet. However, she is head down and very low in my pelvis. To add to that, I just had another midwife appointment yesterday. And she goes, I'm gonna suggest that you go for a growth scan because your baby is measuring 36 centimeters the past 2 appointments. So my appointment last week and yesterday, she didn't grow any according to the fundal height measurement, which is just they like take a tape measure and they measure your belly essentially. And I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, are you kidding me? Like, the last thing I want to do is come and get an ultrasound because she's measuring slightly small and it's pretty normal, and after 36 weeks it's totally normal for your baby to drop, which we have confirmed that baby is head down and has dropped. So the measurements are just not completely accurate. So I did originally schedule the scan because, you know, it'd be nice to see baby before she comes, make sure everything's good. It just, I didn't think it was needed, and my midwife was very like, it's optional, I'm just curious, just to make sure. She's definitely a lot more cautious than I had initially thought, which is fine. I think that's good. A lot of people prefer that. But I'm just not as cautious. I guess, like, I'm cautious when I need to be, if that makes sense. But you guys know me. You know that I'm all for just, like, looking at all the options, weighing out the pros and cons and stuff, not just going along with something, you know. So after doing my research, talking with Brian, we were like, I don't really see the point because they couldn't see us this week. The soonest that they could get this scan done, I'm going to be 39 weeks pregnant. I'm going to be close to my due date. And then if, let's say, baby's growth has stalled a little bit, which I don't even know if they'd be able to tell at that scan because even the scans are not super accurate. It's not like she's measuring super far behind. With scheduling and stuff, if I did need to be induced, it would be at least when I'm 40 weeks. So it just, I don't know. That's the conclusion that we came to. I was not expecting to hit so many blips, I guess you could say. I mean, the positive thing is every time I've hit a blip, once they've taken a closer look, I've been cleared of these things. But it's just not what I was expecting. You know, you go into it low risk, young, you're like, I'm gonna pass everything. I'm gonna pass every test. My blood's always gonna look good. Everything's gonna be good. But I'm gonna just take a seat here because I am out of breath just standing up. But anyways, as I was saying, I don't know what I would do without my family. Brian has been the biggest support, biggest help. You know, he cleaned up the car from my disgusting vomit episode. He, you know, held me and just like was so stressed when I was sick. He just like very, very, very caring and helped take care of things around the house. He's been working hard. He's been great, but also like just my mom. I don't think anyone aside from Brian has been as supportive and helpful as she has for me. She has driven me to a lot of my prenatal appointments because Brian has the car at his new job, so I can't, you know, we only have one vehicle. And so she's been driving me to a lot of my appointments, and my midwife office is pretty far away and in the city, so it's kind of not the most fun drive, but she's been driving me, checking on me every single day, calling me, bringing me food, helping me with my laundry. Like, she's just been like such a help, and like there's just no one else in my life aside from Brian that has been as helpful and supportive as she has. It's just so nice. And I'm really happy to be able to have her there during the delivery to help with the delivery alongside Brian. And it's just, it's crazy, you know, you become pregnant and you really see like who your biggest supporters are in your life. And, you know, you have friends who have provided more support than, you know, certain family members. And, you know, my dad's great too. My dad has been supportive in his own way. He has been brewing me my raspberry leaf tea like every week, fresh. I don't know, my family has just been very supportive during this time. Be here. I don't really know what the rest of this vlog is going to entail because I'm not supposed to be doing too much. So this is going to be like video evidence that I've been doing too much, and Brian's going to get mad, but hello everyone. I am 39 weeks pregnant this week, so I just wanted to get the camera out and kind of film what we've been up to, which is just getting the house ready, cleaning, preparing, taking care of the animals, making sure they're all set and ready, you know, for when it's go time and where they're gonna go and how they're gonna get fed. Really excited to get some stuff done. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm getting a ton of Braxton Hicks contractions. Not so much today, but in the past couple days they've been pretty intense, and some kind of like period-like cramping and pain. Quick little bump date for y'all. Hold on. I'll put you down right here. 39 weeks. I have some people tell me that I do not look full term, but I am indeed. I am indeed. I tried to eat some spicy food last night. I've been trying to like do all the old wives' tale type things, but I understand that they're not gonna work unless my body is ready, unless baby's ready to come out. Believe it or not, I sweep the floor every single day. So every single day I sweep the floor, and there's always a pile about this big. It's just the reality of having multiple types of animals that shed. For this longer stretch of cleaning clips, I wanted to do a little bit of an animal update. Not that I have that much to talk about in general and about the animals, which is actually a good thing, but everyone's doing super great. The ferrets are great. Momo, you know, she had that vet visit a while back. She's been great. Her arthritis has definitely gotten better. I mean, not like it's gotten better as in it's going away, because that's not how arthritis works, but her symptoms are better, so it's easier for her to walk and everything with the supplements that I've been giving her, and she's doing super well. Patsu, you know, just turned 6 years old in July, mid-July, and it makes me very sad when I think about it too much. But he's doing well. He's obviously grayed out quite a bit, but that's also just been his coat, and he's still as energetic as ever, still wants to go outside and play, and yeah, he's doing great. Remy is super energetic. Like, oh my gosh, this ferret can go all day, and he will be turning 6 at the end of August. And he's been a little bit of a troublemaker, which I honestly don't mind. There always has to be at least one ferret that causes trouble. He just loves getting into things. He loves climbing up onto my bed and pooping on my bed, and in the baby bassinet. Like, what the heck? So I've had to change the bassinet sheets a bunch of times because of this ferret. I don't know why he likes doing it so much. He just gets up on the bed to sleep, and he's too lazy to get back down. But anyway, that's been a thing. Pippin's great. He has been doing a little bit better being left alone. We had one day that he just did not do well. After we had taken him out to a festival all morning, I thought he'd be really tired, but he was howling on the pet camera. But ever since then, he's been really good about being left home alone. He still will chew things in sight, so we have to make sure that we don't leave anything out for him. The cat's doing great as well, and the horses too. Nothing really new with the horses. They love their
pasture and where they're being boarded currently, and it's just really nice to have a place where we can go and see them twice a day, every day. But that's kind of all that's been going on with them.
Look at the amount of hair my copper roller picked up on just this carpet after vacuuming. Really recommend getting one of these tools because look at that. That was not picked up by the vacuum. And it's mostly because of this guy. And the cat and the ferrets too, but hey, Wilma. Their water needs to be dumped and scrubbed and refilled, so I guess I'll go ahead and do that. The water trough was filled with algae. That's what happens when you leave a man to take care of your horses. Just kidding. But I had to dump it and scrub it, so my back is not going to be happy with me later. But horses are eating. Now we have to go give them some hay. He's so cute. You're so cute. The horses are looking quite good, aside from, you know, just loss of muscle tone. Not so much Nairo because he's been semi-retired, but he's looking quite good. Aside from the burrs in this forelock that I haven't gotten to yet, but he's looking good. Wilma is looking a little dapply if you look very closely. She's also looking very nice, aside from, you know, just loss of muscle tone from just not being in work or anything. I haven't been doing anything with her, so. Hey there, please excuse my appearance. I am on the floor of our office because little Momo is being so freaking cute and I just wanted to hang out with her while I talk to you guys today. This is probably where I'm going to be ending this vlog. I wanted to chat with you about my midwife appointment that I had yesterday. Feeling so much better about everything because baby is back to measuring on track. So my gut was right. Did not need to do a growth scan or anything like that. She's definitely gotten even lower. I've been having a hard time sleeping at night because she's pushing down so heavily in my pelvis. I explained all my symptoms that I've been having, ton of Braxton Hicks, period leg cramping. The midwife said that it sounds like labor could be any time now, any moment. So yeah, this will definitely probably be my last video before the baby's here, but I'm really happy that I got to check in with you guys before that happens because I don't know when I'll be able to post again. I will see you guys when I see you guys. I am more active on my Instagram, so definitely follow me there, the Pup and Pole Cat. I also have a personal account on there as well that you can follow, and I do post updates on there, but I will see you guys when I see you.